I hope you enjoyed that.
Great.
A couple of new things at Oak Tree. As Oak Tree started PHSA, one of their authorities that did receive some stop funding. Probably the bulk of the stop funding went to Vancouver Coastal Health Authority with its very big population here, and another pot to the north. A smaller amount went to provincial health services, and within that, much of that money went towards testing laboratories. We did manage to get some at the end of that, and it actually enabled us to increase our nursing staff from 1 to 2. And we have, this nurse has an outreach capacity, so it's actually helping us to to step outside of our clinic and actually try to reach our services out more. She's actually doing, she just started in January and is now doing regular outreach to BCCW and has been out to Surrey pre-trial as well, with the goal that we will support women who are in corrections who are HIV positive. Those women that are patients at Oak Tree, when there's that continuity there, and those who have care providers elsewhere. We will work with the woman to help her stay connected. Because certainly one of the times when people fall away from treatment, whether it's for HIV treatment or sometimes methadone, is on discharge. And so we're trying to make that better. And that is the process of building relationships. And that word keeps coming back to me that I heard earlier this morning, because it is key to everything that we do. The other thing that we're doing is supporting women's peer support groups. So the first one started, and it's held once a month up at Oak Tree, and on a Friday afternoon in a non-clinical area, which is great. And the second peer support group is done in partnership with PWN, and it's a peer support group for Aboriginal women, and it's also running once a month. And the third one is started in the downtown east side, and it's had three sessions. The first session there was nobody, the second session there was 9, and the third session there was 27. So there's clearly a desire for this kind of group, and it actually has been taking place at that site just up the street, the Vancouver Women's Health Collective site, and that's where 4 afternoons a week there's a nurse practitioner from BC Women's who does outreach there for general health and primary care. We're hoping somewhere in the next few months to have an outreach physician to provide perhaps one afternoon session a week out of that same site. So for Oak Tree patients who are having trouble getting out to Oak Tree, it may be one more option. We're looking for ways to ensure and improve the accessibility to our service. Thank you very much. I'm going to just ask Carrie to come up here in case there's any questions.
We have some questions and choose. So will you guys pass the mic to each other when we're Monday? Carol, can you thanks. A little fresh.
I just want to know what kind of services do you provide for incarcerated women?
Well, currently we're providing the outreach nurse that goes out to the clinic. It's in provincial corrections. Federal Corrections has their own health service, and we don't go in there in that context. We're not we're not, with the nurse going out providing a full service. We have had outreach clinics periodically in the past when there have been larger numbers of women who are incarcerated to actually go out and do a full service physician, pharmacist, social work. And Kara's been part of it.
Yeah, we're going out to Alabac Correction Center once a month. So it would be an ID physician, pharmacist, outreach, social work, nursing.
That person contact you, you find out, you
Somebody from the prison contacted Oaktree, like liaised with our nurse to set it up. But there haven't been, to my understanding, there hasn't been as many women who have either known to the HIV or wanting us to come. So we haven't had a clinic there for a few months, but I imagine we will in the future.
How many years have I?
Since 1995.
Since we opened.
Oh, because I was up at that area 2009. And I never knew usually like this, I was just telling my people that I didn't even know you guys were there because I was living in Southern Hospital for 3 months with my daughter because she was growing a heart murmur. And I had nowhere to go for support of you guys were out. I never knew that they were there though. Nobody said anything to me about Southern Hospital or anything at all. Whether it was cards or, but I just stayed there. I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed beside my daughter. And if it wasn't for the people down here, at the woman center, they helped me to get out of the hospital a couple hours a day to go do a workshop on the West End. Because I was going bonkers up there. And it wasn't for down 95 to help me. If I knew people were up there, I would, like, now that I know that I can refer people to people on top right up there in that area.
Another good thing to know about, which you might already know about or know, is at BC Ones we also have the Aboriginal Patient Liaison, and they provide support services to any Aboriginal people who are accessing care within the hospital.
They didn't help that when I was there, they didn't help me much. So I came down here to get out of the hospital, I was the woman center, and they talked to Sarah, the head lady there, and she got me into a workshop in the West End. They were getting out of the hospital for a few hours a day, and the people up there were worried that I was going to go into depression because they're 24/7. So, I was just saying that that's good now that I know where these people are there, that people feel up in that area. Thank you.
Hi. I don't have a question. Thank you for the presentation. I'm going to try to stop joking. I've got an infomercial, actually. You mentioned partnership with PWN, and there's probably a significant amount of people in the room who do not know what PWN is or stands for. And it's Positive Women's Network. We're an AIDS service organization for women located on Davie near Burrard. And I just want to say that the support group that's been running for, I don't know, maybe a year now at Oaktree took off and has really been successful. And the Aboriginal Women's Support Group that's in partnership with Positive Women's Network has met, I think, 3 times already, and the response is amazing. So just to thank Oaktree for that. And I know that the one downtown east side is really picking up.
Anyone else?
Yeah, you were talking about your clientele and how half is either Aboriginal or Africans. Are they, obviously they're not from the downtown east side, so like the Africans are obviously immigrants and all that. So what kind of immigrant services do you offer them? Whether it's language barrier or whatever the case may be.
We're able to set up interpretation services, which are paid for by the hospital. And then we also help between outreach and in-house, outreach social work and in-house social work to put in place supports for people to help with settlement, so connecting them with various services. Although, yeah, when people first come, they're usually connected with immigrant services, and so they're already given some supports, and so we have to further those supports.
There's any sort of department or section that you could improve on or increase? Is there one particular sort of place or area you would prefer to have more people to do with, or more outreach, or
More money.
more money? Yeah,
More money.
just anything like that. Is there anything that strikes you?
Probably more social work.
Yeah?
You know, it's,
Question was, what more?
What area or what? Yeah, to improve on or.
just the complexities of navigating the system, and I seem to be getting, well, I'm sure Kara can speak to this better, but seem to be getting more and more complex. And
I think more having more supports for people is always needed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know you said the majority of referrals come from the Lower Mainland Health Authorities. How are your partnerships with like Northern Health or Interior Health? Like, are you finding there's little awareness, or are there services like yours there that are helping women in those areas? Or because I know you guys have the ability to work with GPs and other communities and really help them pack up care for women. And are you seeing that? Is there a growing awareness of your services and GPs are accessing you?
certainly there's relationships with the other health authorities and care providers. The North is actually becoming quite strong and resourceful in the services that it delivers. We provide that very sort of women-centered, women-specific perspective on providing treatment. And we'll often work in partnership or in consultation with physicians around the province. Particularly when it comes to sort of the reproductive health. And with Oaktree manages most of the pregnancies for HIV positive women in the province, either directly or in collaboration with another care provider.
In the last year, we did quite a few of us from the team went up to Prince George and met with Positive Living, their clinic, and Central Interior Native Health, and met with their clinicians, and also there was another trip to Terrace. I'm not sure which clinic, but either one, but they went and met with some clinicians in Terrace also to try to build better partnerships and working relationships.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you.
Right on.
So your clinic doesn't work like it. You can be out and live out of the area to go to your clinic. It's not like down the clinics down here. Do you have to have a referral?
And it can be from anywhere in BC. We do have people that come from outside of BC as well. A few. And it can be self-referral or referral from a doctor or an agency or a friend.
How do you find working with Fraser Health? They're just.
I'm not going to answer if you want the funding.
They have big needs. They have a really big, diverse, complex.